to make this video to kind of step outside my comfort zone and learn how to push the boundaries and learn how to grow and change as a person. Um, I guess I kind of want to just start off with a bit of my story and where this all started and stuff like that. I was born in Ontario as a kid with my mom and my grandparents. I was very close with my grandparents growing up and my mom. I think it was about 8 years I was an only child, so I kind of grew up a little while on my own, and then my mom met my stepdad and had my brother Jackson. And then I grew up with my little brother and kind of, you know, adapted to life, having someone else in my life. It was kind of a weird period of time. My brother and I didn't get along the greatest growing up. And then later on, my littlest brother Vaughn came along, and him and I guess I got older and kind of matured into a different person and was able to connect with my younger brother a bit more, I guess, because I was just older and mature, I guess. And so, yeah, I kind of grew up with those two for a while with my stepdad and my mom. My stepdad and my mom have had problems pretty much their whole relationship. It's a very toxic relationship. That's part of why I'm extremely close to my grandparents, because it was always an escape for me from being around them, I guess, you know. Especially my stepdad, though, because, yeah, he's just a shitty energy to be around, that's for sure. Um, but, yeah, and then kind of had a normal upbringing in school and stuff like that. I had friends. I had a close friend for a while. And then end of middle school and start of high school, I had these two friends I hung out in Naramata, where I grew up when I live now. Ethan Treveo and Ronan Bartos. We're pretty tight with each other, like all when we met and stuff like that. And then I also had my other group of friends, which was Mikey, Cole, and Ethan. And I mean, I guess Mikey and Cole and I are still pretty close. Ethan's kind of out of the picture now, but we don't need to talk about him right now. Yeah, and then and then I had my big group of friends with all these like girls and Ethan, Mikey, Cole, and I, whatever. We'd just do all our things and stuff like that. It was a good time. We'd always go out and have fun together. And then coming to the nearing of high school, I kind of got with a bad group of people, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't say bad. I definitely learned from them. It just kind of put me around some things that probably weren't for the best for me. I got like really into drugs and substance abuse, I guess, and stuff like that. Kind of something I'm still dealing with to this day, but trying to work on it. Yeah, so I kind of, bummed it out with them, I guess, for my last year of high school and scraped by and graduated. And then I met a girl that lived out of town, so I decided to go and move there and be closer to her and try and do stuff there. And nothing really changed for me, and it was kind of really rough time period of my life, I guess. I was just going through a lot mentally and physically. And then after that, I moved back and finally got a job. I started working with Cole at a Japanese restaurant, which was a huge stepping stone for me to where I've got to today. I learned a lot of like just skills of the way of life, living, like working there with the pressure and the speed and the organization that you need to work at a place like that. And then I eventually got bored of doing that, and I kind of got inspiration to pursue a career. So I decided that I wanted to be a car painter. So I quit my job at Kojo and decided to go and work there. And I started as a detailer and just kind of hustled my balls off every day to try and, I guess, work up the ladder and get that position I wanted. And I was successful at that. I got a brand new car, which I'm pretty blessed for. It was an amazing experience getting to drive a 2022 brand new Mazda 3 Turbo. It was definitely a dream come true. Um, Very blessed to have that opportunity happen. And then I got a girlfriend again. Her name was Caprice Buckin. And her and I got pretty close pretty quickly. We did some traveling together and had a lot of good times. And then I guess just kind of with the relationship and my job and stuff like that, I kind of got bored of what was going on, so I broke up with her and kind of started looking at the idea of leaving my job because I wasn't liking prepping and trying to paint cars and stuff like that. It's kind of automotive industry is an absolute shithole to be in. And then what did I do then? Yeah, and then it was kind of ironic. So Caprice moved away to Australia to try and get away from me because there was too much pain for her here in this shithole of Penticton. So then she moved there and then decided that she wanted to pay for a flight for me to fly out there, which I thought was pretty ironic. So I was like, well, I mean, why? How can I say no? Of course I would go. So I made my plan to sell my car and quit my job and go out there and do that. So I told my boss that I was going to leave at the end of July. And then I was fortunate enough to get a good deal on my car and sell my car. So I sold my car, and then Caprice told me that she was like getting in a relationship with someone. So I decided that it wasn't a good idea for me to go there and try and be in like the middle of that whole situation because it might be cocky, I guess, or whatever, but I just kind of felt like if I went there, she wouldn't want to be with that guy, and I just didn't want to interfere with any of that. I wanted her to just kind of go on her own and do her own thing, kind of why I left her, because I just didn't see a future with her, I guess. So I made that decision to move on. So then I also made the decision not to go, and I told her that I wasn't going to do that, and then I made the decision to fly across the world all on my own, and again, push myself out of the boundaries, because, I mean, part of why I'm making this video, and hopefully make some more. But, yeah, so I did that, and it was definitely the best choice I ever made in my life. I felt like I had felt genuine happiness after a long period of time, and I met some amazing people, and I made some amazing friends, and got to have a lot of experiences that opened my eyes and made me learn and change the way I see things, I guess, in life in some ways, and which made it tough to come back because you it's almost like you experience like drugs in a way, I guess, where you experience this like amazing time and it's like crazy, and you're just kind of out of this world experience where you're don't have anything to worry about or anything. You're just on the move, going, doing, seeing, experiencing, eating, enjoying life as much as you can. And I just kind of got hooked on that, I guess. I mean, I know I'm not the only one that's happened to them, but yeah, I got hooked from the travel bug and came back, and it kind of slumped me in for a bit, you know. So, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I also feel like I forgot that before I went to Europe, I got to go to San Francisco and spend time with my best friend Mikey, which I talked about earlier, in San Francisco, where he goes to school. He had an apartment there because he was doing an internship for the summer, and so he was fortunate enough to let me come down there and spend some time with him for, I think, about 2 weeks, and that was kind of like the first stepping stone of me traveling and being out there, I guess, and really set me up to go to Europe on my own. I learned a lot just being able to go in a big city and walk around on your own and just have experiences with random people, and I don't know, I enjoyed walking around and taking Polaroids of people, and kind of weird, but I enjoyed taking Polaroids of people and seeing them smile and give them the picture, and you know, just not taking any credit for any of it. It's just a genuine act of kindness that I like to do. It's just unfortunate it's expensive to do because Polaroids are not cheap, but um, it's still fun though. So yeah, and then anywho, I came back from Europe and kind of settled back down again and bummed it out for a couple weeks, and I decided, it's time to get a job. So I got my ass out of bed and went and got a job. So I'm currently at that job now, working at Honda as a detailer, because I knew it was something that I would be able to do, and I mean, it's the highest paying job I've had so far, so can't complain about that. But I know it's not the best. Again, it's just a shithole. I want to get out of this place so badly. I feel like there's just so much in this world for me to see other than this circular lake with these tiny little towns built around it with these lame ass people. Maybe it's just me, but I think all the people around here suck for the most part. I mean, I obviously like my friends that are around here and stuff like that, but I think that's part of just growing up and being around them. So, yeah. And now it's Christmas and got to spend time with family, which is pretty good. It's nice getting to get around with everyone, and I feel like an adult where I bet my favorite part of Christmas now is watching my siblings open the gifts that I give them, because I try to get them things that they'll enjoy and appreciate. So I think I did a good job on that this year. I hope so anyways, but yeah, so I don't know, I just want to come on here every now and then and just speak my mind, I guess, as like a journal, like a visual journal for me to be able to look back on and just see my growth, like appearance wise, the way I talk and stuff like that. So yeah, anyhow, bro, I'll talk to you later.